Hi guys, this is Miley. Welcome to my channel. We are slow traveling for last 3.5 years as a family of 3, and today I'm going to talk about what are the cons of living in Mexico. I have talked about all the good things and I have shown you all the good things in Mexico, but this is the time I have to tell you honestly what are the cons or what are the non-pleasant things that you might experience by living in Mexico. So just let's get into the video now. The first thing first, if you are a digital nomad, the internet speed is very slow. It's very slow throughout the Mexico, but some places they are good. But in the coastal areas, like it could be Tulum or Playa del Carmen or Cancun, mostly they are very, very slow. It's really hard to upload or download a video, or if you're on a Zoom meeting, it's going to just stop in the middle, and it's gonna be a very unpleasant moment, especially when you're having a meeting with your boss or someone, client or someone. Then it's going to be something really hard. The second thing is the power outage. Like it goes randomly, especially during the hurricane season, rainy season, windy seasons. Like it goes just like that. If something happens, like the power goes out really quick, and then it'll take a couple of hours or a couple of days to come back. If you're living in a big condo, then they might do something about it, or there might be some generators or something. But if you're living in an individual house, then it's hard, and they are not going to be replaced anytime soon. So that's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, because in some places the stove top works in electricity, or the water comes up in electricity too. So like only if there's an electricity, like you can get water, or you can even cook up. So then that's a very unpleasant experience. So these are the things that's normal, even though it doesn't happen very often, but it might happen very often during those hurricane or rainy seasons. Third one is police corruption. I have experienced it firsthand, and we were on a road, and I think that was a 60 zone or something, and I'm very sure we were going on a 50 or something, because we are looking for a place. So we are going very slow, but they noticed that it's a rented vehicle. So mostly foreigners rent the vehicle here, right? So they can easily find out like if it's a rented vehicle or it's a owned vehicle by a Mexican. So since it's a rented vehicle, and they stopped and they were like, oh, you're over speed, and then there's no evidence, but they are like, oh, you have to pay, and then there's no receipt for that pay. So they are like, oh, if you go and pay, and then it's going to be this much. And what happened was, like, they actually took our driver's license, and they are like, if you want to pay, or otherwise we are not going to give you the driver's license. And we are like, okay, we'll go and pay at the police station or somewhere, wherever you want us to go pay. They are like, no, give us the money. And then we ask for a receipt, and there's no receipt whatsoever. So it's undercover, you just pay for the policeman, and yeah, it's illegal, but that's what it is. So, and I have heard things like, oh, if you lost your wallet or something, or chain, or your jewelry, something valuable, and if they find out, most likely they are not gonna return it. And I have seen that on there are groups on Facebook, like expat groups and stuff. So there they posted, even like if there's a bicycle or something is stolen, like they would probably get it, and then even if they get it, they will sell it, and then they will get the money, and they are not gonna do this. Please don't mistake me, I love Mexico, but these are the things that happens here. Anyways, I never felt very safe with the police, even in Sri Lanka or India or in any other countries, but I felt very safe in Canada in that case. So yeah, this is the case here when it comes to police. The fourth one is safety. Yeah, the theft, like especially if you're in an individual house, and even if you have a security camera, like I have seen things on Facebook groups, like they were posting things like actual footages of thefts. Like they jump off the wall, and they come inside, they steal your bikes and stuff during the night times. That's why a lot of people, they have dogs, like multiple big dogs, or just for the safety, not like for the pet reasons or anything. Like they say like they do have like 4 big dogs or 3 big dogs when you're living in a house, individual houses. Like it's a little bit rare in the big condos in downtown. In downtown, to be honest, like these things happen a lot in downtown, but in a big building, like you have to go through the security system. The night security is there, then it's a little bit less, but even then there are chances things do happen. Like even in a restaurant, you are staying there and your handbag is I wouldn't prefer you hang your handbag on the chair, or I wouldn't prefer, you know, the handbag holder they give you in the restaurants. Like I wouldn't put that. I always put them around, and then I always keep the bag just in front of me. Just I always put a hand on that, on my handbag, and then I sit there in a restaurant because we are scared, and I have seen enough footages, I have seen enough complaints on the groups, so we are super scared. And I have seen gun violence too. It is like in the first hand in front of our condo, like not this condo, in the previous condo, in the very early morning, like around like 6:30. I was getting ready to go to the beach, and I heard like 4 shots, like tuk, 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 tuk. And it was pretty, like I was, since I grew up in Sri Lanka, I know how a gun sound. I could immediately find out like, oh, that was a gun thing. And then within, like I was like staying there for 2 minutes because I was shot, and then I went and I looked down, and then all the police jeeps like all came in a motorbike, and then they just covered it out. They stopped the traffic and everything. Then we figured out then we found out like there was a gunshot, and the man died. He was a realtor, and they were following him for a pretty long time, and then they finally found him and shot him just in the early morning. So it's pretty sad because in that car his daughter was there too, and she's very young, school going daughter, so it's probably the daughter's traumatized, I guess. So it's very bad. And I have seen the same thing, and in Islam Hiras I have seen first hand drug exchange. This man, we were in a bar, I was in a swing, and this man came, and there was police. Like here the police goes and come out in every way. So this man, all of a sudden he started talking to me randomly, like all of a sudden, and then I saw him dropping a packet from his pocket to the floor, and he just slid the packet into the what is that, counter, the table, whatever. And once the police passes, he picked up the packet really quick, and then he disappeared within a second. Like you don't know, it's like a flash, like he just ran. We figured out, oh, that's a drug. So I have experienced all these things, I have seen these things. So if you are in Mexico, be careful about these things, be mindful. This might happen absolutely anywhere in the world, but when I'm talking about Mexico, I gotta say this, so I have to say this. Just be mindful, just be aware of your surroundings. So these are the things, and especially when you are a woman traveling all alone, and then be extra cautious, carry a pepper spray or something, and just be careful. The last one is skyrocketing prices or scams when you are a foreigner. Yeah, if you're not from Mexico, they can easily figure out from your face and the way you are, you're not from Mexico, and the prices are going to be multiple times of what it actually is. So one day we were walking on Fifth Avenue, and we wanted to buy a sunglass for my daughter because it's too hot and the sun is too harsh, and they were like 350 pesos. It's just the plastic sunglasses, and they were like 350 pesos. And then we walked down, and then we went to another place that is way too far away. The guy was selling sunglasses, and he was like 50 pesos. He looked innocent. I thought like he's gonna say somewhere at least 200, but then he was like 50 pesos. Obviously that's the actual price for local, and then if you're a foreigner, they will get the maximum out of it. The same thing, like when I take a taxi, like they do charge like 40 pesos for the locals from Walmart to our condo. It's just literally 2 blocks away, but when you have like lots of bags, it's really hard to carry them and walk. So when I asked them, this is 100, like especially when my sister asked them, it is 200, because she won't even know how to negotiate, so she gets like 200. These are the cons of living in Mexico. Again, I absolutely love Mexico. We love Mexico. We love coming here. We love spending time here. But these are the cons. These are the bad things. Like everywhere you will experience good and bad, and this is what we experienced it here. Just be mindful, just be aware of your environment, get to know the prices, just be careful with anyone and everyone wherever you go. That's all. And I'll see you in another video. Until then, this is Smiley. Bye bye.